Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me already, I am Nali, licensed nail tech and educator. Today I'll be showing you guys a very simple nail art design using 3D nail art molds. If you're ever like having trouble creating 3D nail art flowers, I think this is the best way to kind of create 3D nail art flowers. I do have a few nail art molds, but I decided that I wanted to create a very easy design using the flowers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I went ahead and created my base for this design, and I will list it down in the description of what I used to create the base. So today's 3D nail mold I'll be using is my floral design, and I'll start it off with using my FGel in white. I'll be also using a small little detail brush to help me get into the little crevices of the flower, because sometimes the gel might not reach the little corners or the rounded corners. So have that handy just in case you do need to adjust the gel in the silicone mold. As you can see, the flowers are big enough for me to just use the brush of the gel bottle. Now, once I get into creating the smaller flowers, I will have to start using my detailer brush. When putting the gel into the flowers, make sure to not overflow it. Here you see that I'm overflowing. I'm gonna have to wipe it down, just because when you cure it, you don't want all the edges to be all over the place. You want it nice and smooth, because they're so small, you don't want to file it off or anything. Now I'm going to flip it over to make sure that there is no air bubbles or any kind of gap in the flowers. If that happens, you want to make sure to take your small detail brush and start moving the gel around to fill in any kind of gap or to remove those bubbles. Because the middle of the flower has a small little gap in it, I'm just going to add more gel to fill it up to the top to make the top nice and smooth. Okay, so my 3D nail flowers are cured. I'm going to be taking some structure gel and I'm just going to lay that into my nail tip so that my flowers can stick onto the tip. I'm taking out my flowers and I'm just going to place it however I want the design to be. You know, you can definitely move the flower around depending on how it's going to look. I moved one of the flowers down because I noticed that the bigger flower and the little one is kind of like in the same design, so I didn't want them to be too close together. But you know, the good thing about just working with gel is that you can move it around. You'll notice here that I start having a little bit of white gel just kind of all over the nail. Well, it was because I was trying to move the bigger flower, and because the bigger flower wasn't cured all the way, it started spilling out the wet gel. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that down. Taking my base coat, I'm just gonna put that all over the design so that my micro beads, when I do lay them down, they can stick onto something. This will also help me when I put down my flat back pearls too. Once I am satisfied with the design, I'm going to go ahead and cure and then top coat everything together. I'm doing that because I don't want any of my micro beads or my pearls to pop off at any time. This is the best time to secure everything, and as you can see, I'm trying my best to put the thinnest amount of top coat on here because these kind of design can get very bulky and we don't want to oversaturate it with top coat and losing the shape of the nail. And this is the final look of this design. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this nail art design. Let me know in the comments down below if you do decide to try this design, how easy or how hard it is for you. If you have any questions, let me know also in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, I ask that you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you enjoy any of my videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.